Good evening. We are Group 18 and our topic is about intimate partner violence. Our main goal is to reduce the intimate partner violence, also known as IPV, among our priority population, which is male community members ages 18 to 24 within the East region of San Diego. Our evaluation questions are as follows. Did our program effectively reduce IPV within the East region of San Diego? Did we improve knowledge of IPV-related topics after implementing our intervention? Did we move our participants from preparation to action stage? Were our participants satisfied with our program and health education sessions? Showing our conceptual model, our outcome is to reduce the rates and prevalence of IPV within the East region. We will measure it by knowledge, attitudes, and perception of IPV against males. With our intervention, we will be holding classes, support sessions, and we'll be measuring it by web traffic, participation, and meeting attendance.
From the conceptual model, our main focus will be moving participants from the preparation to action stage of the trans-theoretical model. This shift will be based on perceived importance of IPV, education, access to resources, and social support. We will be using a non-experimental time series design with 1 pre-test and 3 post-test evaluations. We will conduct convenience sampling at various locations within the community to invite male participants and other community members who may be directly or indirectly affected by IPV.
The dependent variable we intend to measure is the incidence rate, level of knowledge, and satisfaction pertaining to IPV-related topics among our respondents via knowledge testing and questionnaires. To measure our independent variable, which is the intervention itself, we will measure web traffic and participation in our online program, as well as class and meeting attendance. To gain an idea on the amount of direct and indirect experiences with IPV, we will measure categorical data given in survey responses. Here is an example of the knowledge testing we would conduct as a measurement tool. Participants will be scored numerically on a 0 through 100 scale using multiple choice, true, false, and open-ended questions on IPV-related topics and resources. Lastly, we measured participant satisfaction as well as perceptions and attitudes related to IPV in male victims using a program evaluation survey. In addition to collecting pertinent demographic data on potential victims, we used a Likert scale to gain an understanding of the underlying opinions of IPV. We will use a bivariate analysis to measure and interpret our data. A t-test will be used to compare mean knowledge test scores pre-test versus post-test. Our rationale being that knowledge is continuous data and mean test scores are numerical, and a dependent t-test can be used to test the null hypothesis that there is no difference between pre- and post-test mean scores. A chi-square test will be used to measure association between occurrence and attitudes pertaining to IPV, with rationale being that the occurrence of IPV is a categorical measure, and attitudes pertaining to IPV are continuous and will be analyzed pre- and post-test.
This graph represents the resultant attendance versus web traffic. Our results are based on a 3-month interval over the course of 1 year. For the first 3 months, our attendance was 46 participants and remained steady. When compared to web traffic, the number of online visits raised considerably over the course of the program. Our online visit number increased from 125 to 289, indicating a greater impact through social media. This graph represents the responses to the participant satisfaction survey using the Likert scale, with 1 indicating strongly disagree and 5 strongly agree. Taken collectively, the median score at 01 pre-test was 3, indicating that most participants were undecided. At 02, 03, and 04 post-test, the median was 4, showing that participants' reaction to service, staff, and counseling components of the program were positive. As the program continued, the mean score for the participants increased from 65.2 to 85.5, showing an increase in understanding of IPV. Participants who were surveyed after intervention had a very good level of understanding of domestic violence and its related issues when compared to those surveyed during pre-test. Results of IPV experience in pre-test and post-test shows a decrease in IPV incidence. In 01, 68.1% of participants were experiencing some kind of intimate partner violence. Post-test intervention, this figure dropped to 48.9% at 02, 35.3% at 03, and 28.4% at 04.
Our findings are as follows. Did we reduce IPV? The trend seen on IPV among participants dropped from pre-test to post-test despite a lower number of post-test respondents. Did we improve knowledge? The high mean scores on post-test exams show that attendees of our health education trainings were successfully informed of IPV warning signs, signs and symptoms of abuse, types of abuses, awareness, and resources on how to seek help. Classes were successful in increasing knowledge regarding IPV and increasing interest in the subject. Did we move participants to the action stage of the TTM? When comparing pre-test and post-test scores, 107 participants indicated they were in preparation stage, while post-test showed 98 participants, or 92% of those surveyed, were in the action stage. Finally, post-test surveys on program satisfaction indicated that they strongly agree with the importance of IPV within their community, as well as how our program is being conducted so far.
Some limitations associated with our intervention include help-seeking behavior among male community members. We were also limited by our use of a non-experimental design. In the future, we would like to use a randomized experimental design to gain further information. Finally, we were limited by budget restraints, a higher number of participants completing pre-test than post-test surveys, and a limited attendance of participants for in-person activities due to availability of online resources. Our results demonstrate that the eastern region of San Diego has an interest in IPV education and prevention. Re-evaluation of our outreach strategies must take place in order to improve our in-class community by encouraging web users to join in-person classes and increase on-site attendance. The higher post-test knowledge scores and high satisfaction ratings of our evaluation surveys reflect that the community's positive response to the issue and encourages our capability of expanding our influence to different regions of San Diego. And this concludes our presentation. Thanks for watching!